All right, talking about the Gandhis and especially Rahul Gandhi, who's been holding fort when it comes to the Rafale deal and the latest Dassault CEO interview that just went on air. It seems that Rahul Gandhi was quick to react on Twitter as well. When it comes to Rahul Gandhi, and let me just quote from that tweet. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मोदी जी ने मानी अपनी चोरी, हलफनामे में माना कि उन्होंने बिना वायुसेना से पूछे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बदला और 30,000 करोड़ रुपया अंबानी की जेब में डाला. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. So taking a drive there at the Prime Minister and the Centre when it comes to also the case being heard in the top court. And just yesterday when you had at the Centre in an affidavit disclosing the details, especially the price and the procedure that was followed by the government when it held this government-to-government deal with France over Rafale deal. Rahul Gandhi seems to suggest that in that affidavit, the government has accepted that the IAF was not considered and the contract was changed and there was undue benefits that was given to Reliance Defence. And that is the tweet that Rahul Gandhi has just put up a short while back. But really, is that an answer enough when it comes to Dassault CEO's thread-by-thread interview that he gave to a media forum, ANI, and where he very categorically stated that there was no obligation whatsoever when it comes to choosing their offset partners at all. Nalini is joining us on the phone line. And just give us the details, because now we are saying and we are looking at Rahul Gandhi, because earlier on the floor of the House in Parliament in July, Rahul Gandhi had stated that the Cabinet Committee for Security, it was not considered. The government in the affidavit said that due procedure was followed. Now Rahul Gandhi seems to suggest that there were changes that was made in the contract with the IAF and there were certain benefits that was given to Reliance. Now it seems that he is holding on to another thread when it comes to the Rafale deal, and that is what he seems to be saying in that tweet.
Well, Amita, Rahul Gandhi is clearly coming forth and objecting to this entire interview that was done by ANI today. But keeping that in mind, this interview only goes ahead and validates the report that was submitted by the central government before the Supreme Court yesterday, where they'd given in detail all of the decision-making process and all the steps taken in going ahead and actually conducting this entire deal between India and France. What they had in fact, according to the Supreme Court orders, they've clearly given forth the details not only with regard to the pricing in a sealed cover, but also regarding the offset partner that was considered by the central government, clearly clarifying that the government had no role in just selecting the offset partner, something that has been validated even by the CEO of Dassault today while giving the interview, saying that it was
Nalini, if my memory serves right, because at that point in time, you have the air chief who had himself come out and he had backed the Rafale deal. Now, B.S. Dhannoa had called this deal as a game changer. So now exactly where Rahul Gandhi is pointing at is all his attacks and allegations now giving way, because one by one his lies seems to be busted.
Absolutely. In fact, the reason why all of these attacks that are being made by Rahul Gandhi on the issue of Rafale are baseless is because not only did we have the IAF chief backing the Rafale jets, but we also had the Supreme Court clearly come forth and say that the suitability of Rafale jets is something that they're not going to get into. Whether or not these are suitable in the interest of national security and whether the Indian Air Force should have entered into this deal is something that the Supreme Court will not be looking into at all. They will only be considering the steps that were taken while taking this decision by the central government and what all considerations were taken by them before they entered into this deal. The details of which have been submitted by the Supreme Court, not only in a sealed cover to the Supreme Court bench, but also to all of the petitioners in the case, giving forth in detail all of the steps that they had taken and all the considerations that they had done before they entered into this deal with France. They've gone ahead and clearly said that a total of 74 meetings were held before this deal was entered into, and that there was a delay of almost 2 to 3 years because they wanted to ensure that they get the right deal and the right amount of jets for the correct price. Now, initially, the Supreme Court had also said that they will not be getting into the issue of pricing of these Rafale jets at all. But when they came forth and asked the government to submit in a sealed envelope the details of the pricing, the government has adhered to that. They have given in a sealed envelope all of the details of the pricing of these Rafale jets before the Supreme Court as well. So, of course, the central government has come forth and laid out all of the plans, holding no details back before the Supreme Court on the issue of Rafale. But this seems to be an issue that the opposition is not backing down on. They continue to target not only the government, but also the Prime Minister himself on the issue of this entire deal. And now, after this interview of the CEO from the...
So what really does Rahul Gandhi have more ground to actually sustain the Rafale charge against the government now, Nalini? Because it seems that one by one, especially let's go through all the charges as he has made, because he said that the Rafale cost is overpriced. He also said that there was undue benefits that was given to Reliance Defense. He went on to say that HAL wasn't considered. He also went on to say that how Reliance was made a mandatory offset partner, and everything that is now being, kind of demolished when it comes to the answers that have been given by the government. But it seems that Rahul Gandhi and his party are relentless when it comes to just moving ahead with the Rafale agenda. Let's listen.